Dear Clash Guards, I confess my emotions have been a mess. Cause you changed everything we ever knew. From witches to poison and the Queen Walk too. Whoa, I've been wrong, I was wrong. Been at town all night, way too long. Getting hogs and Valkyries. I'll push that button and believe in you again.
Welcome to episode 100 of Pineapples and Thorns. I'm Kat, and I do have some special guests tonight, but just wanted to say this is really a special episode for me. I can't believe the show has made it to 100 episodes. I'm truly honored and blessed to be able to bring content to you all for the game we all enjoy. And I really struggled with a topic for this episode. I wanted to make it like one of those old TV specials, lots of glitz and fireworks and bling. But then I thought, what makes Clash of Clans special to not just me, but all of you? It's the people. Over and over throughout the past 99 shows, the guests I have had on have reinforced this. We all play because of the people and the community we have built. We, the players, have built this game and made it what it is today. For this special 100th episode, I wanted to surround myself with the people who make me want to open the game every day. And that's why we are doing a live stage tonight. Feel free to post questions and we will try to answer as many as possible during the show. I'm also honored to have up on stage with me some of my dearest friends in the game. I wanted to bring everybody on, but more than 3 or 4 people is just kind of crazy. Welcome, StormRider, Peter, and Magnus.
Hello, Kat.
Hello, welcome back.
Good evening, Kat.
Welcome. So let's just get a brief Clash update for our listeners. How long you've each been playing and what town halls you're currently playing. Magnus, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So I actually had to go check out my achievements. Turns out I've been playing since January of 2014. You'd think after nearly 11 years of this game, I'd actually be good at it, but I'm at least pretty good at farming. So I have over a dozen accounts, but I'm actively either running 0 at a time or 5. There's no middle ground. Currently, Town Hall 17, a Max 16, a S-Rush 16, and the other 2 I'm dabbling with are my 13 that holds Leader at Shiny, and my 15 just elsewhere. But really, it's just the main 17 and 16.
Nice. Peter?
I am only playing Town Hall 17 right now. I unfortunately have 3 of them. So Peter went up, and I had lots of magic items for that one, so he's pretty high upgraded, and Zark just kind of stumbling along, and then Inconvenient was a Midland Town Hall 15, and I immediately took it to 16 and then 17 just about right away. So they're fun to play.
You're crazy.
Yeah, and then I have a 9, a 10, a 12, something else, 13 maybe. But I don't even looking at those anymore.
No, I hear you.
And I think I've been playing since about 2014 also.
Yes. Stormy, how about you?
I'm just playing the one. There's some placeholders, one in TGF, but yeah, I'm just trying out Town Hall 17.
Yeah, I hear you. It seems to be a recurring theme. Everybody is focused on their big accounts, and unfortunately our little special little accounts just languish off in the wilderness. So let's talk a little bit about Town Hall 17. Do you like the theme? Is it too hard, too easy, just right? What do you guys think? We'll just keep going Magnus, Peter, Stormy.
I mean, with any Town Hall, the offense is going to severely outweigh the defense for the longest time, right? I mean, Town Hall 15, Town Hall 16, we saw that too. Once we first went to 17, my 16 was able to smash 17s, but you couldn't dip. Now that things are kind of settling, you're kind of seeing a bit more of the defensive, I'm finding. But for the most part, I mean, I'm enjoying it, right? I mean, it's new, it's exciting, it's shiny, sparkly. I like it.
Peter?
I'm also liking it. I like those fire spitters. They weren't too fear-inspiring initially, but they're finding some upgraded ones, and they kind of chew through the troops quickly. Mm-hmm. I do like the dark theme, a little reminiscent of Town Hall 9. Just need some skulls instead of whatever those golden dots are on the top of the walls. But I like the colors.
Yeah. Stormy?
Oh, I like the look of it for sure. And I'm with Peter on the fire spitters. At first, I was like, it's nothing. And then I guess I ran into some that were upgraded, and they just, as expected. And Magnus hit him on the head. It's just like everything's not caught up yet. And I've seen some things that are caught up, and it's kind of mean, but That's been the nature of things.
Yeah, I agree. At first, it just seemed, okay, what is this? It seems like there was things missing, and everybody was saying that it was too easy at first. But I think people are finding it's not quite that easy. I'm seeing a lot more bases defending, less perfect wars. So I think, and especially once they start dropping the other defenses as it goes along, we'll see it get a lot harder. I want to know what army comps are you guys currently using?
So I'm using Hydra with the Yeti clone blimp, Air OP, Class of Dragons. You know what it is.
Peter?
I am using Super Hogs, and I had been using it at the end of 16, or when 16 was kind of languishing, just looking for something different than Root Riders and Valks, and it just, as soon as they took away the Town Hall bomb, the Hogs just lived through it. It's been very good.
Interesting. And Stormy, what about you?
I was doing the same thing with Peter, but recently I just use whatever Kronk's using. I check it, but yeah, seriously, just the other evening, I'm trying out dragons right now.
Yeah.
With the Spirit Walk. It's new. It's something fun to learn.
I am still using Root Riders and Valks.
Yes.
Stubborn. I'm determined. It still works on the right basis, right? I don't see that it's going to work too much longer, but I'll stick with it for a while, and while I work on upgrading stuff. I'm so stubborn. I just refuse to give that up. But it does seem like more different types of armies seem to work. Like, whether it's dragons or hogs or super witches. Like, we saw quite a few super witch attacks in this last war we were in. And I found it quite interesting. What pets and equipment are you guys using on your heroes?
So for my Barbarian King, I'm right now using Frosty with Spiky Ball and the Quake Boots. Archer Queen uses the Unicorn, but I don't think she has another pet that works. Using the mirror as well as the healer puppet. Warden uses the owl with the tome. And I've been dabbling with the Rage Gem, but prior to that I was using the Life Gem with pretty good success. And Spirit Fox and the RC with the Hog Puppet and the Haze File. I have yet to unlock the new equipment.
Peter?
Wow, I don't know if I'm going to be able to recite it that fast, but I'm using the Yak with the King, and the Spiky Ball and the Earthquake Boots, the same as Magnus. I am using the Poison Lizard with the Queen, mostly because I'm doing a hero dive to start my thing, and killing the CC is important for my hog attack. So, and then she has the invisibility and the healer. What's that one called? Healer puppet.
Right.
The Warden, I'm using Frosty. And sometimes I switch to Diggy. Sometimes it just depends on how I'm feeling. And he has the healing tome and the what's that other one called?
Eternal Tome?
Eternal Tome. Yes, thank you. And lastly, the Spirit Fox on the World Champion with the Hog Puppet and Electro Boots. I love them. I think they're fantastic. Skeletons don't affect her anymore. Cleanup is so fast. Yeah, she's been great. And everyone, I've just posted a poll in the channel. I'm hoping you guys will let us know what pets you're using also.
Excellent. Check it out, everybody. Stormy, how about you?
Neat. King the same as Peter. Spike Ball, I've always liked that. Queen, I finally leveled up the giant arrow bit. Actually, it's max now, and that kind of changed things with the way I was approaching air. To be able to take down 2 ADs, pretty big. Healer puppets, Warden, Rage Gem, Eternal Tome, and I am using the RC's boots as well, as long as with that really cool spear.
Excellent.
Yes.
For me, I'm using Frosty on the Queen, Diggy on the King, the Spirit Fox on the RC, and the Jelly on the Warden. And for equipment, I've got the Spiky Ball and the Earthquake Boots on the King, the Healer Puppet and Invis on the Queen, and the Warden has the Healing and Eternal Tomes, and the RC, I'm trying the Electric Boots and Haste Vial.
Very good.
So let's talk a little bit about Clashmas, since we just got through all that this season. Did any of you complete the Controllable Heroes event? And did you use a walkthrough?
Same order?
Yep.
So I did it on most of the accounts. I mean, trying to do it on 5, it's tedious. There's 23, 24 stages. It's tedious. So when they were releasing it, I can understand why they did stage 1 and stage 2 releases. I did get through most of the levels without a walkthrough. However, Titan Maze and the final stage did require some YouTube cheating. I thought it was nice. I thought it was nice. I mean, it's been how long since we've seen a tiered stage type of challenge, right? I mean, I think the last time was something to do with Builder Hall. So last year. I thought it was nice. The rewards were nice. A lot of Builder Gold. That goes a long way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta like those. Peter?
I completed stage 1 on Peter and then just a couple on the other accounts. And I never went back for stage 2. Just, I don't know, holiday season got crazy. So it was all I could do just to get in game.
And Stormy?
Yep, same as Peter. I messed with it for a little bit, and then the holidays, I wouldn't say they got in the way. I just didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought, I'm going to try and do this on all my accounts, and there was no way. It was just too involved. Definitely needed a walkthrough on some of the tougher levels. I only finished it on my main, like the entire thing. But I finished the first 14 levels on, I think, most of them. I liked it.
Kat, at what point did you use any tutorials?
Probably starting around level 15, I was like, okay, this takes too much brain power. Just someone tell me how to do this travel.
Got smart friends out there.
I do. We're very lucky. So yeah, no, I thought it was a good event. A little tougher than I expected. You had to think about some of them for sure. And some of them you just kind of charge and get lucky. So another thing that they did for us, December 25th, there was all this build up. At the end of the Advent calendar, there's a special gift. It turned out they gave us a free chest. It was so exciting. What are your thoughts? Their other games gave free gifts like pretty much every day in December. There was I do admit I play Clash Royale and Squad Busters, and they had free stuff like every day of the month right up to the end on the 25th. Why do you think the Clash of Clans game leads didn't do this?
They're super, super disconnected. They're out of touch. I mean, if you think previous years, the Trader used to have something every single day leading up towards the holidays. And, I saw what they put on Twitter about it, but it's miss after miss after miss lately. They just definitely seem to be out of touch with what the player base wants. It's whatever they think will have the biggest hit, and then it just terrible.
Right, because they didn't even really do the gem gifts this year again. They threw one in there, which I thought was kind of, meh, to say the least. People were buying them because they wanted to do something for their clanmates, but, previous years there were different levels, right?
Right.
Peter, what are your thoughts on that free chest?
You know what? I missed out entirely. Wasn't on the game on Christmas Day, so I got nothing. Which is disappointing, right? Yeah. I did like the controllable hero event, though. Being able to tell that queen or the king, go over here, please, was kind of cool. I wonder if they can work that in somewhere.
Yeah, highly possible. Stormy, what do you think about the free chest?
I'm with Mag. I want to be super negative, but not that Magnus was. Mag wasn't at all. I mean, it's just it seems to be the largest game, and it could have been really cool the whole month. It didn't even seem apologetic to be really critical.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Frame, the community manager for Clash, did post on Twitter that kind of surprised me that he was admitting that they basically messed up, and really dropped the ball. And it's really disappointing because Clash of Clans is their flagship game. It's what made them. And it just seems like there's this, like Magnus said, a disconnect between the devs and the community managers and the player base. Do you think that they should revisit what they gave us and give us something else? Or is it just the apology sufficient, do you think?
I mean, if you're on Reddit, that's going to be a fun answer. The apology is not enough because it was too little too late. But, if you read the whatever they're called on X now, the tweet, whatever, but they almost did it backwards because what we got towards the tail end of stage 2 should have been more in line with what we were supposed to get for Christmas, and that wasn't the case. I don't know how they can make it up to the player base as a whole, especially because when you put out the Christmas Day, it was the QR code on Twitter.
Mhm.
How many players don't go on Twitter for Clash?
Exactly.
So how many people missed out on this because they had absolutely no idea that there was even a event or promotion or whatever the case may be? They should do something, but I don't think they will.
Peter?
Maybe they have time still, right? The year is not done. So although Christmas is the day of giving, something with New Year's, they could just run a week in January. I think they can make it up to us if they really want to.
If they want to. There's always hope, right?
Yeah, hope.
Stormy, what about you?
That's a really good point from Peter. They do have time, but I think they should probably hire Magnus to let them know what the heck they should do and when. That would be awesome.
RedThorn Charles, go.
It would be helpful.
I really do think that there needs to be something. Somebody needs to say something to the community managers somewhere. You guys really need to take a good look at your players and get connected with the people who pay your salary.
That's your volunteering, Kat.
I'm happy to fly to Finland tomorrow. All right. Speaking of things that they need to do, let's talk about the hero equipment and the ore system. How much equipment is too much? I mean, it's nice to have a variety of choices for your heroes, but personally, I feel like many players are getting equipment burnout from having to get with that fear of missing out each piece, and then the need to sink so much ore into each one. You barely max one out before another one appears, and then the meta shifts, and you don't even get to use the one that you just maxed. The gauntlet is an example, and I'm sure we're going to get new equipment in January. There's rumors about a heroic torch and a snake bracelet. What do you guys think about all this?
It was a heavy year for equipment, and there's not enough ore. I mean, it is such an incredibly finite resource, especially for the glowy. Unless you're buying all the event passes and you're buying ore in the shop, even for a light spender, it's not realistic to max out all the equipment. And then the fact that we had the gauntlet that was so OP, and then they shifted the meta, and all of a sudden the jankiest equipment, the boots become irrelevant. Like, it makes zero sense. And you've got all these sunk costs into these equipment, so you can't get those ordered back. You can't sell for a half rebate or whatever the case may be. It's just gone, and you have to grind and grind and grind again, to the point where it's an impossible loop. I don't think that it is working. I think they're putting out an equipment every 2 to 3 months, but there's not enough ore to support it.
Yeah, I agree. Peter?
And I agree 100%. And for me, who I feel like I'm kind of, trying to miss out on some more, so I have weekends free with people. I feel like I'm missing out because I keep falling further and further behind. I have several new 17s, and their equipment is crap compared to the main account. And, it almost feels like I don't even want to play on those ones because I don't have the good toys. And I'm not really saying it like that, but it's just, it feels like you are missing out. And if you don't run to keep up, boy, oh boy, you fall further behind.
Yeah, for sure. Stormy?
That's a big point. We have 4 heroes now, right?
Yeah.
5 heroes. I think it's something like 25 abilities, because I don't think the Minion Prince has as many as the others.
Yeah,
so
just got 2.
when you say it out loud, 5 and then 25, it seems like an awful lot. And back to Mag's point, it's the system is not great as far as getting it done, and having to pay eventually to get something that you might like to use.
Would we feel differently about the ore system if they kind of told us early on when they first changed up the whole thing? You're not going to be able to max out all of this equipment. You're going to have to make choices. What would we think about a system where the upgrades were not permanent and one could remove levels from one piece of equipment and add it to another?
It kind of plays into what I was saying. Like, if you could just transition one from the other, right? I mean, sell your progress for half the rewards back just so you can get a jump start on something else. That would be better than what this is now. If they had been upfront and said, you're not going to be maxed out, everyone would be going, oh, this is pay to win. And they're just trying to empty our wallets, right? I mean, there's no surprise here that, I mean, they've always advocated for gems to progress your base, but I mean, equipment's changed the entire game. You used to be able to get by with max heroes and dominate bases, and that was what it was. The gems were to get there faster. Now you can have significantly underleveled heroes with good or better equipment and triple bases.
Mm-hmm. Peter?
Yeah, this was my question I put in here just to get the discussion going, because I watch some of my kids play stuff and they can build heroes based on, like, I don't even remember what games they're playing right now, but they can build a tank so they get lots of hit points, or they can redo it and they can build a stealthy guy, and so they get better speed and things like that. And they have these in-game point systems based on not town hall level, but whatever level your character is, and then my boy can rebuild and just play as a different style of character just by reallocating his points. I think it could be really helpful, especially when we're somewhat limited in how quickly we can get ore, especially if we're tying wars, and you don't get that shiny, and just it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Stormy?
Yeah, they added another level of resources, which is what Mag was saying. I really like the idea of being able to trade something back in. It's perfect, right? You can pick what you want, maybe even at I won't even say a penalty, but it sounds, I love that idea of trading it back in, but it doesn't feel like it's going to follow their business plan from what we've seen. And that's where I kind of just throw my hands up, like, well, you guys put another tier on us, another level of spending, another level of grinding. It's you can't keep up.
Even the ore that they sell in the shop, it's paltry, like for what they charge for it. It's they really need to revise how much of the starry and glowy that they dish out, especially if you're going into the shop to spend real cash on it. It needs to be bumped up.
Right, exactly, Kat. When you look at the store, let's say US dollars, whatever, it's a bit anemic. The investment ratio, it's not great.
Yeah, even on the medals that you can buy with your clan capital medals, like, what is it? You get 6 starry ore or something ridiculously lame for 300 medals. Come on.
You can get 5 for 350.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the Canadian rate.
That's
like it's a crazy cheese line. You're like, what? Really?
So overall, let's talk about the state of the game, because we went from extreme difficulty with Town Hall 15 to extreme easiness in the beginning of Town Hall 16, and a complete mess of the game by the time they got around to releasing 17. Where do you think the game is at right now in terms of overall health, Magnus?
That's a tough one, right? I mean, my schedule in the last 2 months has been, it's a gunk show. I mean, I'm way too busy to even want to try hard. I can't expect to triple every attack. Not that when you go every attack, the game's any more fun, but failing sucks too. You've got, at high level, you've got Legends. Dropped out of Legends because I couldn't keep up with it. You've got Builder Hall games once a month. You've got CWL. You've got weekly capital raids. It's cool that there's something for everyone, but for those who try to do everything to maximize their caps, for their accounts, there's too much to do. And it's a job. I mean, listening to DY in another pod, he said that he literally sits down for like 2-3 hours, pops training pods to get through the game, and then goes about his night. I mean, that's really like a part-time job at that point.
Yeah. You're not getting paid for it either.
You get to pay, though.
Peter? You get to pay. You pay them.
I agree with everything Magnus said there. It's become very busy, right? The game was about the main hall or the main village. We got Builder Hall added. We got Clan Capital added. Clan Games came around. It used to be about war, and I think some of it is also they've changed how the armies build. Remember, it used to take forever for an army to build. So I would sit online, right? And that's when I would talk to people. Now I get 2 armies. I can jump on, make 2 hits. I don't even have to talk to anybody because I can self-donate. It's really changed the dynamic of the clan, in my opinion. Now, I'm also busier right now, but I also think the game is very busy. It drives you to be busier.
Stormy?
Yeah, I agree with that. That there's almost too much to do. I mean, it's okay for a new town hall. It's okay. It's a bit early. I think my biggest, I would tell them, is like, don't rush anything else. Let it settle just for a moment. And they tend not to do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it is so busy in game, like you say, with Magnus calls it builder games, clan games. There's something like every week, it seems. And I know a lot of people like to do extra wars during SECWL to get that little smidge extra ore. I just don't have the time or the energy to do those. more power to everybody who does. I just can't. One thing I do miss is that breathing space in the game where we did have time to put together fun events and build that sense of community with other clans.
Yes,
I don't think
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think you
Everybody's
get
so
to do
busy.
that. Yeah. Because every clan is busy within their own clan. They don't have time to go visit other clans and network and build those relationships. So I think that is kind of a sad thing with the game right now. All right, it's time to do some questions from the audience. We had quite a few submitted to us over in the RedThorn server, and we will take some in the chat here as well. We're going to try and keep the pod recording to roughly an hour. We're not trying to break Yoda and T's 2-hour record. So we'll just, I'll run through them here and we can answer them in the same order. Drac and Fuzzy wanted to know what our favorite memory or funniest Clash moment of all time of Clash of Clans. Magnus?
A little bit cheesy here, but it was hanging out on the VM server after my clan retired and mentioning how I needed a new home, and someone poached me. I won't say who it was, Pat, but had it not been for you reaching out, I probably would have quit this game years ago. This game is what brought us all together. I mean, it was our love for smashing bases and farming, but it's the relationships that keep me playing it at this point. Since then, I've been able to do so much more within the CFF. I've been supported by Kat and these amazing people up here with me, among some of the other ones who can't be up here. Love you, Ace. But honestly, it's the community. It's the way that this world all seems to revolve around you, Kat.
No.
That's so nice.
Don't cry.
Peter?
The Crystal to Join live podcast that I was able to witness live.
Yes.
I met some of these people in person, but that was just the funniest night. I can't even remember any of the inside jokes at the moment, but it was just a lot of fun meeting everyone, and then hearing it played back to us.
Yeah, that was a funny thing. Stormy?
Global chat and then global takeovers. Probably, against the rules of the game or whatever. Perhaps not. There's no rules, but yeah, global takeovers way back in the day.
Oh, yes.
The funniest stuff. Trying to find each other in the wild and in global chat and just just be funny.
Yeah, lots of good times there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, it's just being able to be on voice chat every night with all you guys. It's so much fun, and I couldn't
100%.
imagine not having that and not having any of you in my life. So Redbeard wants to know, and I'm not sure if we can answer this question or not, when will Legends League finally go to hard mode to make it truly a Legends League? And will we ever get multiple army options to pick which one we use for the base that comes up? Agnes?
I mean, hard mode and Legends League, that was discussed previously. I think there needs to be a trophy threshold for that to make sense, because you've got people who are farming in low legends for the sake of just getting loot. And then you've got people who are 5,600 plus who are trying to grind. So, I mean, when that will happen? Probably never. I mean, let's just look at Clash for an example. But multiple armies, like the fact that you can do that in Builder Hall, but you can't do it in Legends, where there's way more on the line, makes absolutely no sense to me.
I agree. Peter?
It's hard mode sooner than we think. I think that's what the pro players like. They like to grind up there and push. I think it could happen. And again, I agree, a trophy threshold is required for us, part-timers in there. But I actually don't think they'll ever give us the 2 army thing in the home village. I just think that's beyond their...
Yeah, I have my doubts that it's something that we'll see. Stormy?
I really like the idea of just a minimal 2 army setup. Maybe even to switch out, I don't know. Yeah, switch out something. As far as the hard mode, look, I like King Redbeard a whole bunch. He's my friend. But hard mode, I don't know what he's talking about, dude. I don't need that in my life, bro.
I don't need that in my life.
I love you, King. I don't need that in my life, dog.
All right. Kronk wants to know, do you think that the controllable heroes challenges, Hero Hall, and Minion Prints are a sign that Clash is evolving to a hero game? And would you like that?
Is it evolving
Thanks.
towards that? I hope not. And if it did, I think I might retire at that point. There's already too much to do, and having to manually tell my queen to stop beating on a wall while maybe would make me a better attacker. I just not about that.
Peter?
Yes, I love the idea of the controllable hero. That was great, but yes, I don't think it's great for the game just on how much stuff at the same time. I already think, Clash of Heroes is here. They are the important part of the army now.
Yeah. So it's always been important, but it seems, definitely, especially with the equipment. Stormy, what are your thoughts?
I wouldn't want controllable heroes if there's a lot of players that played a long time and tethered heroes on defense and stuff like that. I don't like it from like a tower defense strategy thing. I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ace wants to know, do you have a favorite pro player that you follow, and is it Ace? Magnus?
Of course it's Ace. How could it be anybody else? Who else is playing pro, by the way?
Are there any pro players anymore?
Use code Ace.
Use code Ace. Peter? I feel like I'm losing Peter.
He's a strong silent type.
Okay, go to Stormy.
He's debating. Peter's debating. I don't follow any pro players. I've known some throughout the years, for sure. And I think it's some really cool stuff, Kat. I think it's some great friends of ours, right? That just took clans. I think my favorite stories are clans that just took it from the beginning and that they ended up playing pro players. I think of ODS very specifically when I think about that. But following, I talk to this pro player almost every day. So it probably is Scotty. Yeah. Ace otherwise known as Scotty.
He is OP. Yeah. Peter says he is here. He's just not sure if his mic is working properly. Peter, can you say something?
I wish I could do a Peter impersonation right now.
It's okay. We can edit this out. You're not muted, Peter. Okay, in the meantime, we have a question for Magnus. How did you get stuck with the task of sorting CWL rosters, and why is it your favorite time of month?
Thanks, Fuzzy. So originally it was just RedThorn, so it was one clan I had to make 2 rosters for. That wasn't so hard. And then Cat went ahead and resurrected the Raided, and then the Raided blew up, and then it became 2 clans with 4 to 5 rosters, and then we opened Shiny, and then it became a huge mess. Why is it my favorite time of the month? Because I get to see how many people know how to read.
It's so true.
I was going to say, Mag, you got the job because I can't read. I've maneuvered through all this just by symbols.
That's why you're the director.
Is that what they do?
All right. We are experiencing a technical issue with our dear friend Peter. He's here, but for some reason he can't speak. I'm not really sure why.
I see dear Peter is muted.
Is he muted? He is muted. Why is he muted?
He's probably talking about the HR department.
Okay. Did that
There he
fix
is.
There you go.
There it is.
All right. We're back. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Fuzzy and Kronk both have a question, the same question. How long have the 4 of you been playing Clash together, and who have you been playing with the longest? Magnus, you want to start?
So I went through my DMs, and I think I've been with RedThorn for 4 years. 4 years, because I joined you all right after I got my car. So I've been playing with all of you for the same period of time, because we're like a weird family that never breaks up. My longest lasting relationship.
Peter?
Gosh, I think I've been here a little bit longer than that, maybe coming up on 5 or 6 years. Because I came right out of the Buy Forever family. They're just looking for a place to land. So,
Stormy?
I don't know, Kat. It's been a long time.
I have the exact date, so it's okay.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. It's a long time. You should probably tell that story. That's a long one.
All right. Well, for me, StormRider, I've been playing with you the longest. We started playing together back in about 2016, back in the Hollow Graves Dark Contingent days.
Nice.
And Peter joined RedThorn in December 2019, and Magnus in January 2021. And I did go back in my DMs to find all this. So it took a while.
I'm glad you didn't just know that off the top of your head.
No, I don't have ODS memories.
I was gonna say, Cat's keeping files on people, man. What's going on in here?
I have a spreadsheet, It's like... All right, Fuzzy wants to know, do you have a favorite Clash event, e.g. the Controllable Heroes type of thing, or a CFF event, whatever? Magnus?
So there was like the stages like we just had in Controllable Heroes, not necessarily this one, but in general, I do like those, attack these bases, get these stars, get these rewards. I do like those sort of condensed ones. Not a big fan of the, let's 3-star this world's base, because that really emphasizes just how poor of a player I am. But, attacking one of these bases with, barbarians in a spawn and getting an instant 3-star, I'm good with that.
Peter?
I really like the ones the CFF runs. Things like the Draft Wars and the 69 Wars. Those are the most fun I think I have in Clash. The ones they put up are just, I don't know. They're there, just more busy stuff to do.
Mm-hmm. Stormy?
You kind of said it, Peter. Busy stuff. Favorites? I like it when they put new stuff on the Goblin map. Maybe it's just terribly old school, but I think it's kind of fun. I like it.
Nice. For me, I think back to, way back in the day when Clash Babes and Clash Bows was around, and we used to do a ton of, different types of events. There was different charity wars and stuff like that. And I think some of my greatest memories are some of the charity fundraising wars that we did to help people. So I think of Big Bear Jeff when we did a war to try and raise funds for him to get a special van.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. The war for Case in memory when he was sick with cancer. Stuff like that. That really stands out in my mind for events.
Yeah, it's amazing when the community gets together like that. I absolutely adore that. Yeah, you're right.
All right, cool. Rick had a question. Which PNT episode was your favorite and why? I guess I'll go first. I'm not sure if you guys have a favorite. For me, there's a few that stand out. Episodes 9 and 12, where Rancid, Loblaw, and Halligan were on. They're 3 OG CFF podcasters, and they were a lot of fun.
Especially when he let his deck on fire. On fire.
I have to go. My deck's on fire. That was a great ending. Episode 38, when we had Woo and Hero on. That was really special. And, of course, episode 50, when we were joined by former Clash of Clans community manager, Darian. And we've had so many amazing guests over the years, and it's really hard to just pick one. Peter?
Mine was when Itsu came on. That was, I mean, really felt like it made the big leagues then. It was, and he was very humble about it. Oh, yeah, I'd love to come talk about stuff. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, he's fun. Magnus and Stormy, do you guys have anyone that you really enjoyed listening to?
Yeah, I went through the archives. Episode 35, you had a really good guest on. I had like the voice of an angel. That guy was solid.
I think his name was Magnus.
I think so. No, episodes 1 and 2 where you had Itsu, they were insightful. They were enlightening. He's such a down-to-earth guy, and he's like, Peter said, it's like you guys made the big leagues because you had this large content creator just openly, happily join, and same thing when Judo came on too. But
Judo, yeah.
It's the way that Itsu breaks down the game in a way that, while I can't replicate, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Stormy?
Yeah, I loved Itsu because I felt that you as my friend and the podcast, and Peter, I thought that was a really big deal, and Darian as well.
He really was super nice and very, very kind and relaxed and just put us at ease. I really enjoyed talking to him. All right, another question from Fuzzy, and it kind of ties into some questions from Joel and ODS as well, and Drac. So they all ask similar questions. Do you think you will make it to episode 200? And do you think Clash will make it long enough for us to reach that far? Magnus?
I know for a fact that you have it in you to do another 100 episodes. You just need, a strong co-host to keep you going, right? This has been one of your passion projects for the last 2.5 years, and it shows in everything that you do here. But as a single person, I know it's hard to make content. So with enough happening, in the Clashverse, I definitely think that you can make it to 100 or more. What was the other part of the question? Happen in Clash? Let's see.
Will
maybe
Clash
you'll
make
get
it
your
that far?
Yeah, begrudgingly, kicking and screaming, it will.
Peter, what about you?
Can't disagree. I think you can do it. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. And whether Clash of Clans exists with all the same players, we'll see. They've made it very hard for the new guys coming in.
Mm-hmm. Stormy?
No, that's well said, Peter. Oh, I know you can do it, Kat. I know you can make 200. Absolutely.
Kat, do you think you can make 200? What do you think?
I don't know. I think Magnus is right. It's like we probably need to like put out a now hiring co-host for Pineapples and Thorns, because it is a lot of work to put together an episode, and my life is extremely busy as well with all the different clans I'm involved in and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll see. All right. Next question. What personal goals do each of you have that you picture will be different or better in your lives at that point? Magnus?
So some of you may know, I mean, I know you guys all know, but I went back to school as a mature student back in July of 2020, and I have been picking away at that one, kicking and screaming for the last 4.5 years, soon to be finished in August of 25. Why I think that matters is I'm hoping for that to actually launch my career to the point where I can move into, the personal goals where I get the ability of providing everything that I want my kids to have, as I move on to my life with my partner and her kids as well, right? It's just that big family. A lot of work in the way.
It's been an amazing journey for you with your school and everything else that you do. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, Kat.
And I noticed you didn't put air quotes around mature student. That was very good. That was good.
One thing I'm not sure about me is the hair, buddy.
I've kind of stepped away from Clash of Clans a little bit. In the summertime especially, I've discovered golf. It's kind of all-consuming, kind of like Clash was for a little while. So 2.5 years, I'd like to be twice as good as I am now. So that should be, only 100 lost balls a year. That'd be good.
Stormy.
I want to say I'm super proud of Mag. I've watched Mag go through this, and it's amazing. Where will I be? I don't know. I hope to have the same friends I have now that I can talk to and play the game with. If I don't, if I'm not playing the game, I don't know. Probably gonna buy a pinball machine so I can put a beer on it and an ashtray. That's probably what I'll do. It's be a little more relaxed.
Love it.
That's like a great plan.
But I'll still talk to you guys.
Oh, thanks. I can't see that far into my future. I'm hoping that I'll finally learn how to triple consistently. It's unlikely to happen.
Whoa.
Okay. One more question from Fuzzy. He wanted to know, how did the CFF first start? I think to find out, you really have to go listen to some of the OG Clash Files pods to get the full story on that. It started way before my time. I know Fox could provide all the details on that. I know Rancid and Halligan and all those guys were involved with starting it. So I'll leave it at that as far as that question. And another question from Buzzy, who came up with the idea to make Pineapples and Thorns. I'm going to take credit for it because I saw a void for a Clash of Clans podcast at the time. There was really not much on. It took a while to put it together, but the first episode aired way back on March 16th, 2021. And another question from Fuzzy. He's got so many questions. Can you give a brief history of the RedThorn family? Who created the clans and when? And did you ever think they'd be doing so well to this day? So I'll field this one as well. Very brief history. I was gifted the clan back on September 11th, 2017, after our old clan, Hollow Graves, fell apart and the leader there kicked everyone and nuked our server there. Mm-hmm. A dear friend, Annie Jo, who's the leader of Dark Contingent, had RedThorn, and it was a very low-level clan, but she graciously gifted it to us so that we could all still play together. And another friend built us a server, and the rated was given to me to caretake by Michael when he retired. It was dormant. Shiny Gemeralds is under the stewardship of Magnus. So I think the clans and the people do well, and we've lasted so long simply because we genuinely like each other, and all drama and egos get checked at the door. Mm. So, it's just simple. We all get along.
Well said, Kat.
Oh, all right. Do we have any questions in the chat? Because that is pretty much the end. Let me just take a quick look through here.
I think there was one more for StormRider in your sheet.
Do you want me to ask that one? It's from Duck. Okay, I'll ask it. Stormy, Duck wants to know, what is up with the obsession with Nickelback? Is it your attack song, and do you listen to a lot of Nickelback?
Lord, come on, guys. And I messed up a long time ago, and somebody asked me my opinion, and I said it sounds like cookie cutter mall rock, and it just stuck. And people think that actually Duck thinks I really adore it. It's fine. It's fine. Nickelback's fine, but
They're
to
a great
continue,
Canadian band. What can I say?
yeah, continue the legend. I don't have any problem with Nickelback, but you can pretend that I do, and I really enjoy the memes. The HR department has a large volume of those. And no,
Magnus delights in.
I don't listen to any type of walk-on Nickelback songs whatsoever.
But there are a number of Nickelback type commands in the RedThorn server for you.
There are. It's my fault. I threw up my opinion out there, and the community set me on fire. That's what happened.
Magnus is posting that in the chat right now.
Great.
At least I didn't post the Photoshop one.
I don't mind any of those. It's a great sense of humor between friends, and if you don't know me, pursue it. Just set me on fire, be hateful. It's fine. I can take it. And but come on Discord sometime. We can talk about music and not mall rock. That'd be great.
BG wants to know: does the captain like Nickelback?
No. Sabbath, and ZZ Top. That's about it.
Smart dog. All right. I think we've got all the questions that we can possibly answer. Let's move on to the top 5 things we would like to see in Clash of Clans for 2025. That can be wishes or predictions. Magnus, what's your number 5?
Some form of chat that lets you speak to a large group of people at once, perhaps something like in a global sense. But seriously, some development within the Capitol Hall. It's a weekly event that happens, and it is so grindy when that time comes around that I am not enjoying it. At this point, it's just about getting those raid medals for upgrades.
Peter?
I would like some kind of ore mine, maybe something like the Capital Forge, where we put in regular resources and we get back ore, after 2 or 3 days, and depending on what resource you put in, you get back different ore for that.
That's a great idea. Stormy?
I'm actually bewildered by that idea. I'm not sure there should be 5. and I bet you anybody listening will be like, I don't know if that's 5. An ore mine sounds amazing. So I'm going to be very... I like that idea. I'm not sure what my 5 was, but it's not that.
It's now that. My number 5 is 0 troop training times.
Ah, yes.
It's like, get rid of that already. Magnus, what's your number 4?
S rushers would be delighted with that, by the way. Number 4, more air pets now that we have a second air hero.
Oh, very good.
Interesting. Peter?
I went with a 6th hero. I'm thinking something like the Valkyrie. Yeah. Get us some more stuff. Make her the hero hunter.
Stop it. Stormy?
Some type of management for the clan size with wars.
I hear you.
Yeah, but because it's just like when you go to declare, you have that odd thing. So just, you know what I'm saying. Everybody knows. Yeah.
My number 4 is more ways to earn ore. I know Peter said an ore mine. That's great. But definitely they need to increase that, especially the starry and glowy.
Peter is great. That's it. That's the answer. That's the answer. Yeah.
Magnus, what's your number 3?
Family alliances, being able to chat with our sister clans without having to leave the game via Discord to do so.
Excellent.
Yep, that's a good one.
Peter?
I'd like some kind of stat tracking. We have the bots in Discord, but it would be neat to know how many, let's say in Legend League, 3 stars I had in that season, or my total destruction or something. Just give us more stats. They got to be keeping this information. Just let us have it.
Yeah, I agree. Stormy?
Equipment. I'd like them to. It's kind of funny that Mag said about the air. I think there should be what I mentioned earlier about the equipment and the minion prints. That needs to be adjusted or not adjusted, added to 100% for air.
My number 3 is the ability to edit clan descriptions without having to retype the whole thing. That could also apply to clan mails.
I believe this is the 6th year of you asking for this.
Someday it will happen.
Someday it'll happen.
Is that why I keep editing them?
Yeah. What's your number 2, Magnus?
New Super Troops. I didn't go back to see how long it's been or what the last one was, but the Super Hog was the last one we got, and that was a while ago.
Yeah,
been a while.
you're right. It has been a while.
Quite a few slots remaining. I would be really curious to see what else they can come out with, because we've got Healer, Yeti, some form of Ice Golem,
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there for sure.
Super Lobster.
Super lobster. Bring it on. Peter?
I would like an interface where we can try out the equipment at a max level, say like in our FC army, and then that way I know not to invest in that stupid Lavaloon puppet thing.
I like that. Stormy?
It's kind of funny you said Super Troop, because it goes way back to your comps, Peter, when you said Hog Riders.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go back to a Goho, and so I need a Super Troop like Golem that has Super Golem, so I can do a hero dive and do a little bit better of a Super Hog run, or even just a hog run. Yeah, Super Golem.
Would that be like a mountain golem with their heroes?
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Ooh.
I mean, yeah, for a cool, straight up kill squad, let's get in there and hog around.
My number 2 is less equipment releases. I want them to slow it down and make them special.
You actually just, okay. One comes back around.
Less is more. What's your number 1, Magnus?
Well, it feels that since the community managers have changed, we're receiving less and less communication from the team, and then we get stunned by surprise nerfs that take place during City Bell, or they remove hero skins from the Go Pass to give us a decoration. The team just doesn't seem to know. They don't have a pulse on what's going on, what players want, and they have made a lot of poor moves in 2024. So I would like to see more transparency from the Clash team.
Brilliant. Peter?
My last one is more ore, put it in clan game rewards, put it in clan capital, let us have more with the medals. Just let us have more ore.
Excellent. Stormy?
Kat, you said something about equipment, and that made me think about just that they should slow down just a hair and not be so reactionary to the pro players and whatever events they have. Just slow it down a hair so that the rest of us can catch up. And I mean that in the sense of just complication. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, great minds that think alike. And my number 1 is pretty much the same thing Magnus said. More of a connection between the community managers and the Clash player base, because they do just seem extremely disconnected for some reason. And I'm not really sure why. Great people. I think they're trying really hard, but they just haven't found a way to do it. And I think hopefully that'll happen in 2025. All right, guys, time for some shout outs. Peter, do you have any shout outs?
I sure do. Kat, congrats on number 100. Really proud of you. That's amazing. Mama Sids, editor extraordinaire, congratulations on 100 to you too. Magnus, thank you for all the SCWL rosters you've been doing. You've saved my life. I really appreciate it. I'm ready to step back in soon. Stormy, you've always been the voice of reason. When all others are losing their heads, you have the calm, interesting thing to keep the Clash drama away.
Thank you.
That is all I have.
Stormy.
Well, congratulations, Kat, on episode 100. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm happy to be here. My shout outs are for my friends, man. My friends that I talk to all the time. You know who you are. C, BG, Scotty. I mean, I love to see the guys from the Rated. I just love seeing all of you. You really make my day when we hang out. I just enjoy my friendship with my clanmates so much. Thank you.
That's awesome. Magnus, do you have any shout outs?
I do. So I want to first of all shout out everyone who's on the stage with me here today. I mean, you guys have been incredible friends over the last 4 years. The co-leaders over at RedThorn family, you know who you are. I mean, you guys helped keep everything running with everything going on with RedThorn, Fuzzy taking over the Rated, and then Outlaw with Shiny Generals. It's been fantastic. No ace, I won't shake out Kat.
Thank you.
And then, Kat, I want to take a moment here to just give you a special shout out. I want to take a moment to recognize your massive achievement here. You've been at this for 3.5 years, and this pod has evolved. You've been complemented by some amazing and wonderful co-hosts and exceptional guests. You work so hard at this. In addition to running the clan, you are supported throughout the CFF, and you are one of my closest personal friends. So this is very well deserved, Kat. Much love. And I also have a couple of friends who have something else to say as well, if this works.
Congratulations on episode 100. It has been a privilege for me to be a guest on the pod, and you're a very dear friend that I cherish immensely. Why did the banana have to go to hospital? Because it was peeling too much.
Kat, I have always been a huge fan of Pineapples and Thorns, so it is my privilege to say congratulations on 100 episodes. This Pepsi is for you. Here's to 100 more.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kat, the notorious DY Me here, and I just wanted to say congratulations on episode 100, and thank you so much for all the great content over the years.
Hello, Kat. This is Darian. I just wanted to wish you a congratulations on episode 100, and thank you for the many years of wonderful entertainment. And I just wish you guys nothing but the best.
Hey, Kat. Fuzzy here. Congratulations on episode 100 of P&T. Without the podcast, I never would have found the CFF and all the amazing people in it. So thanks again, and can't wait to see what the future holds.
Kat, you've not only provided an amazing show, but you've been a huge part of fostering our community. You're always available to listen, and you step up and help whenever you see it's needed. I can always count on you, and I'm so grateful for your support and guidance. Congratulations.
Hey, this is Ink. Congratulations on your accomplishment. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey, and let your podcast be an inspiration for generations to come.
Congratulations on episode 100, Kat. It was an honor being on several episodes with you. Looking forward to the next 100. You're a great person, good friend. Love you to death. Good luck in the future.
Hi, Kat. This is Judo Sloth. I just wanted to congratulate you on 100 podcast episodes. That is amazing. Thank you so much for your hard work and all you do for the community. I wish you and your podcast the very best for the future, and clash on.
Hello, Kat. This is Kronk. I'm super lucky that I've been able to follow you around like a little kitten, and you haven't thrown me in a burlap sack and tossed me into the river. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Hey, Kat. Mama Sid's here. I wanted to let you know, Kat, that you've been so instrumental in keeping the podcast fresh and interesting. You've tracked down some great co-hosts and some superb guests over the years. Congrats on all your hard work, and here's to the next 100 episodes.
This is Lolly from the UK calling. Congratulations on a fantastic achievement, Kat. You are a fabulous person, and wishing you all the best in your future ventures on your podcast.
Hey, Kat, it's ODS. I just wanted to say that I'm super proud of you. And I remember when you were first talking about starting up this podcast, thinking, man, how is she going to find the time? But you've done it, and you've done it for 100. That's amazing. Love you. Bye.
Hey Kat, it's a here. Huge congrats for the 100 episodes of the P&T podcast. This is an incredible milestone, and I hope that you can celebrate many more. Thank you for your work for the community, and clash on.
Hey Kat, this is Outlaw. I just wanted to say thank you for all the years that you've put into our clans and supporting us as leadership. It means a lot. Thank you.
Reddit Talks Clash has a message for Kat and everyone else involved through the years in making Pineapple and Thorns what it is today.
We wanted to take a moment to congratulate you on this incredible milestone. You are an inspiration.
We know how much hard work and commitment it takes to produce quality content. Truly impressive what you've done. Here's to 100 more.
Big props to Kat, the team of co-hosts, and behind-the-scenes contributors who've supported the journey from one team to another.
Congratulations.
Hey, Kat, it's your pal Stormy. I'd like to congratulate you on Pineapples and Thorns approaching its 100th episode. It's been an amazing collection of cool guests and collaborators. More importantly to me, I want to thank you for being my classmate for over a decade and being one of the most sincere and sweetest people I know in the game. We'll deal with the HR guy later, okay? Big hugs. Love you.
Hey, Kat, it's T.
Y'all know that I tend to be long-winded as hell, so I'm going to strategically rush through this and just say congratulations on episode 100.
Hey now, Vodka Soda here. Happy 100th episode to Kat and the whole Pineapple and Thorns crew. Keep keeping it fun, relaxed, and clashy.
Pineapples and Thorns, the pod that's a little bit sweet and a little bit spiky. GG Kat, 100 eps and going strong. Lots of love, with and PR.
Kat, you are an inspiration, a mentor, a joy, and your personality's gravitational pull is so strong that it draws the best people into your orbit. We are all lucky to know you, and I am personally honored to number you among my friends.
Congratulations, Kat. I love you.
Wow. I am so speechless. I have no words. Thank you so much, Magnus. That's amazing. I have a long list of shout outs. I'm going to shout you guys out first for coming on the show tonight. Really appreciate it. It's a very special episode, and I love having you on. Big shout out to all of the people who are in the audience and who listen to the show. Huge shout out to Mama Sids, of course, for all the work she does behind the scenes. She really makes us sound good. That's no lie. Thank you to Fox for everything she does behind the scenes for the CFF. And a huge shout out to all of the P&T co-hosts over the years. I wouldn't be at episode 100 without all of you guys. And that is from episode 1, Tip, Rusty, Butters, Fado, Peter, and all of the guests who've joined us here on the show over the years. Thank you so much. The CFF is a family of clans who love to play various games such as Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and others. You can send questions or comments to us on Twitter at RedThornCOC. To get more information on our clans, events, and podcasts, join the CFF Discord at discord.gg/clashfiles.
Dear Clash Gods, I confess my emotions have been a mess. Cause you changed everything we ever knew. From witches to poison and the Queen Walk too. Whoa, I've been wrong, I was wrong. Been a town hall night, way too long. Getting hogs and Valkyries. I pushed that button and